Hey guys, big day in the NBA today. Day two of the NBA playoffs. I just finished watching Clippers Suns. Big upset. Clippers with the win. Without Paul George, they're saying he's going to be out for the series. So I was pleasantly surprised because we might be in for a really, really good series. And if it goes 7 games, maybe Paul George will come back at the end of it. I think it'll make it more interesting. Um, But yeah, just very, very surprised that the Suns didn't pull it off. And, this is why the regular season is important, team chemistry is important. Um, I thought, you know, the Suns, it's weird because on paper, I was looking at, what was the difference in the game. And I had a hard time figuring out um, how the Suns could have played better. I think the biggest key was the Clippers' offensive rebounds. They out rebounded 15-6 the Suns. So it just meant a lot of second possessions. And that's why even though Russell Westbrook, who was I think he was like 3 for 19, he had a terrible shooting night tonight, but he made clutch free throws. He was great defensively. I'm not a Westbrook fan, but tonight's like the type of night where he did a lot of stuff outside of just the box score that doesn't show up in the box score necessarily. That translated to winning. So you got to give him credit, give the whole Clippers organization credit for getting that W on the road. You switched to home court advantage, so just great win for the Clippers. Um, it's crazy because the Suns got 20 plus points from Torrey Craig. I mean, that's not something you'd expect. Chris Paul was good at distributing the ball, but he didn't shoot the ball particularly well. Booker and I thought Booker and Durant were pretty good. I mean, obviously Booker I thought could have been more efficient shooting wise, but both teams didn't shoot the threes particularly well tonight. Kawhi was unreal. Um, So it's hard for me to see the Clippers winning this series unless Paul George comes back. But I didn't see them winning Game One. So it's. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm having trouble kind of rationalizing this Phoenix loss because the thing is Phoenix is getting nothing from their bench too, and the Clippers bench is much deeper. Powell, um, Terrence Mann. Um, and they got good contributions from everybody. I thought Eric Gordon played pretty well. So the Clippers are going to have to do it as a team. And the Suns, they got nothing coming off the bench. I think the guy who played the most is Landry Shamet. And, he offers good presence and all that. But, there's a lot to be desired. There's no impact coming off their bench. So this series is going to be really interesting. I think game two, must win for the Suns. And they got to win game three or four now in Los Angeles. And that's going to be really tough. So, again, I just hope this series goes long enough and that Paul George could miraculously come back if there's a game six or game seven. So that's kind of where we're at. So I want to move on to one of the other games. Let's go. I want to go with a quick summary of Bucks Miami. Another huge upset today. Huge, huge, huge upset. Man, I did not see Miami winning this game, but again, you know, we say this again, like when we make our predictions, when I make my predictions, when anybody makes predictions, you can't predict injuries. I mean, you can kind of say these guys are injury prone, these guys are not, but so it's always assuming everybody's healthy. And when you see Giannis leaving that game early because of back issues, I mean that just you lose the league's maybe the league's MVP. Probably I think one of the best players in the league. I mean he's either the best or top three in the league. So when you lose that, I mean it's just a different ball game. And Miami took advantage of it, and they win the game. Jimmy Butler was incredible, but I mean that just changes that series now. Now it's 1-0 Miami. They switched to home court advantage. Now they believe. Miami's always given Milwaukee a lot of trouble, so this could go 7 games now. And is Giannis going to come back? The good news for Milwaukee, I mean, it's not good news, but all things considered, is Tyler Hero broke his hand, and he's key to Miami. They're already a bad shooting team from three. You lose Tyler Hero, your best shooter. I mean, I just have a hard time seeing Miami do anything, in these playoffs. I mean, they might make this series competitive, especially if Giannis misses some games, but past this series, they're not. I don't think they're doing anything with Tyler Hero. So, um, Yeah. So I mean, that series is just it's all about the injuries for that series. Then let's touch the last game. Obviously, I thought the Lakers would win, and they did win in Memphis, and I think that's tough for Memphis. You're losing when you're a home team and you lose that first game. It's really tough, and especially the way you lose a game today. I thought the Lakers defense was great. They're the Lakers pose a lot of problems because they're big. You know, they play with Rui Chamara, who had a great game, uh, playing big. You know, at small forward, he's 6'9", 6'10". You got Anthony Davis, who's 6'10", 6'11". You got LeBron James, who's 6'9", 270 or something like that. So, and you got Jared Vanderbilt, who's 6'9". So the Lakers have a lot of length, and you really saw that. You know, Jaren Jackson had a great game, but he's only one dude up front. You know, they have Aldama, who helps a little bit. Xavier Tillman. I mean, those are nice players, but they're not the same quality players as the front line of the Lakers. So that's going to be a big matchup. And also, you know, the biggest news obviously is I don't think it affected. I think the Lakers were still won, but John Morant's hurt, and he got hurt last year in the playoff. Now he's hurt again. That it seems like it's pretty serious because he was having a lot of difficulties. Just moving the hand, which is pretty concerning. You know, it's one thing to have a hurt hand. Immediately after an impact, but when it's still after when you're after the game and you've received treatment and you're still got problems with it, I wouldn't be surprised if he misses a game or two. Apparently the X's are negative, but he could have sprained something. If it's a sprain, it could be weeks. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if he misses the rest of the series or a lot of it. So if that's the case, I give Memphis less of a chance than I did before. I mean, they got pretty much no chance without Ja. So Dylan Brooks didn't shoot the ball well, but I thought he did a good job on LeBron. But and then Austin Reeves coming strong in the fourth quarter. Austin Reeves did a great job in the fourth quarter. Penetration, shooting. I mean, I really like him. They compared him to Dan Marley on TV. I thought that was a good comparison. There's differences in their games, but I thought this was a huge win for the Lakers. I mean, it's just a statement win. I honestly don't see how Memphis wins this series unless there's an injury to the Lakers. And the funny thing is Anthony Davis right before the first half, like he hurt his elbow, and I was like, oh, here we go again. Lakers already, Anthony Davis already hurt again, and they're done. So much of who's going to win the NBA Finals, who's going to go forward is based on injuries. But so far the Lakers are healthy, so let's hope it keeps up for them. I don't root for any injuries. I want to see everybody playing. So, but yeah, the Lakers big statement win because it's just the way their defense played, the way that they dominated in the interior. Memphis, it's just I love Jaren Jackson, but he can't do it by himself. And this is where a guy like Steven Adams, a guy like Brandon Clark, they would help bring that physicality, that toughness. So yeah, I got the Lakers winning this one. I had it in 6. It could be in 5 because without Morant, I mean, it could even be a sweep. So let me just check if I missed anything. No, I mean, yeah, I pretty much said everything I wanted to say. Brooks, Desmond Bain didn't shoot the ball well. I mean, that could be kind of a sign of hope for Memphis. The thing that worries me even more too is I was looking at the free throws and I was expecting the Lakers to shoot a lot more free throws and allow a lot less free throws. So I was expecting the Lakers to there to be a huge free throw disparity between the Lakers and the Grizzlies, and we didn't see that. And the Lakers still won the game by more than 10. So that's concerning for Memphis. Like I said, the only positive note is if you're Memphis, is you hope John Morant comes back soon, like next game, and then Desmond Bain didn't shoot the ball well. He's gonna that he somehow gets off. But again, I think the Lakers defense, even D'Angelo Russell played well today. So the Laker defense, the fact that Desmond Bain didn't have a good game doesn't surprise me just because the Laker defense is really good. Especially they got good players coming off the bench on defense. I think D'Angelo Russell can be had. I think Austin Reed's a good defender. I don't think he's great, so he could be had there. So Desmond Bane's got to light it up. I mean, John Moran's got to come back, and Desmond Bane's got to light it up because, Dylan Brooks, I don't think he's going to have a lot of trouble. Um, and Jaren Jackson had a great game, and if he can keep that up, I was surprised that Anthony Davis or LeBron James weren't able to defend him better, and Rui Hachimura and all those guys. Because the Lakers, like I said, have a lot of size. So I was surprised they couldn't handle Jaren Jackson today, but it still wasn't enough. So, anyways, super excited about the playoffs. A lot of upsets, a lot of surprise. The drama's here. So tomorrow, Kings Warriors. So I'll definitely talk about that. So see you guys. Enjoy your evening. Bye, guys.